Welcome back to Out There Living. On this episode of Out There Living, we're going to set up the annex with all the walls and sides and everything. So we've got everything laid out where it goes, and we'll explain to you what it is as we use it. We're going to start with the skirt, the wind blocking skirt that buttons on along the bottom of the caravan, and then we'll move into the next thing from there. So we've put that skirt on, and now the next thing we'll do is we'll line the floor up to the Velcro there. So we've got the skirt on, floor down. Now we'll put the two poles in here. I've got a new assistant. Subbed out the missus for Troy. Say g'day, Troy.
Better looking, of course.
So now we've got these in, we can put the spreader bars in back to the awning. Show them a look at the end of that, Troy. So we used this not long back, and the wind got a hold of it and ripped the little plastic clip, so we just had to cut a slot in the end, and now that'll be a lot stronger and it'll still work. So you slide front over the pole and the back up onto there, and then you lock it in place. Now, if you're using these spreaders without this pole, you may just need to get a little bolt or something to put in the awning front to hold them in there. We'll put the anti-flap on. So Troy will go ahead and put that on, and I'll talk about them a little bit. So the main bars will start with a front piece with this spring-loaded toggle, and the rear piece with the hook that goes into the bracket on the awning. And then there's this center joiner piece. On this side, there's an Allen key bolt in there, and then on this side, just slide it in, and it's got this lever bolt here. I don't know what you call them, just call them a lever bolt for now. And then you've got these adjusters, these tensioners here. So you want to just get them just started so that they're flush there, they're not sticking out. And then you hook this end into the caravan first, pull this back, and it goes over the bolt.
I've got the other one. I got the Tiama because they're the best, apparently.
So you hook that into there, in it goes, and you pull this back, and there is a bolt. I'll show you the bolt. This bolt up in here, and that slides over there. What we might need to do is just wind the awning in a fraction, but we'll do that in a minute. So then the next step is to slide the anti-flap kit over the awning, make sure that's there, and there's a groove in the top, and that just goes on like that, slides up, just give it a bang there, and a bang there, slide it up as far as it'll go. So you will see if you got these bolts wound too far in, it makes it impossible to get them in. Then you just wind that and put some tension on it, and you got to make sure the awning's in there before you start. So you get these adjusters, you wind them in, and that puts a bit of cantilever tension on them. So if you can see in there, that bolt, that hasn't slid over the bolt because it's a bit short. So we actually can extend the bracket out in the middle there with the adjuster. So what you do is you loosen this off, you can slide this forward and tighten that. It's a bit of a real life setup with this wind, so you're not going to get perfect days every time. Then I'll just go down and readjust that other end. Start with this crank bar here, extend that out a little bit, just do it up firm. And then feed this hook end into the awning. It's a bit of a struggle getting that in, and that'll go like that. And lock that in there. And then Troy will extend this out, clip that on there, try to get it reasonably level and parallel. That'll do. Yeah. And that one hooks on there.
Same size, yeah.
Yeah. So they look like they're the same size. This top one might just be a little bit loose. We make this taller, shorten that one, and I'll pull that off. So that lines up a lot better. So then we've got this little bar here that so we've put the horizontals in, and this vertical bar goes into the little gap there and just clips on here. I don't think the hooks up the other end are probably in the best spot. Otherwise we could bring that down on a bit of an angle. It's just spread them out a little bit. We'll just run with it there for now, and then we'll put the end in. So if you unzip the bit of sail track, the split goes up the caravan end. It is quite hard to get in because of where this falls. So probably should have put that on earlier. There we go. We move that leg sideways a bit, get it out of the way. Think of Troy.
That's why you got me here, mate.
Not here for his looks, people.
That's about it, mate.
Yep. Then we put that leg back. Alright, now we'll grab this and zip it on. And
see you later.
Zip would be at the top end. On this wall you've got 3 thin bits, and there is an angled bit. We'll just work out where they go. So the angled bit goes at the bottom and the straight bit goes at the top. Then you tuck the floor under and you can velcro that up. Okay. Yep. Come in here now. You can see Troy there velcroing the floor together. So once again, take the velcro off. So the GoPro battery went flat while I was getting another battery. Troy started on the Velcro. This end's a bit less complicated, it's got no bar work in it. So this bit was a lot easier. Put that leg back in now. Put your Velcro clips around. So now we'll have a look from the inside, and we'll put the front wall on. So with 2 people, we'll put the track on the wall and slide it on. Hope I'm coming from the right end here. And now we just got to tuck the floor under. So we've got all the ends on, front, sides, floor, the apron along the skirt, along the caravan. We'll just go around and have a quick look. So this is side A, this is labelled as side D, this is side B, and the floor is also side D. It's D1 or 3 or something, but the floor and the big wall are D, and A up the front and B down the back wall. We'll have a look inside. So you've got these poles here, they support, and then they run over the top of their poles, and up there you can see we've made the grooves ourselves there. Up here you got that cranked one with the 2 horizontals. I think maybe we might put an extra loop down lower so we can spread them apart a bit. This little one here, it doesn't really lock into anything. You can see that. So yeah, we might do something about that. Clip in there or something. You've got the loops there, the tabs. One here. There's nothing there. Some of the stitching's coming undone. I'm wondering if that's come off. Yeah, there we go. Side. These gaps here, they didn't leak. This gap here where it runs to the awning did leak. This gap here didn't leak. So we did get leaks, but only one spot, which is quite surprising. There's the shower tent that fell over in the breeze. Not going to be any good without pegs in it. So we don't think we'll use that at all. What we might do is use a couple of these poles. We'll get one off and go have a look. So when we went away, we had the awning and one end set up, and what happened was the wind actually blew the pole this way, and it has no strength, and it snapped the bottom section in here. So what we're going to do to combat that is get one of these shower tent poles. We'll drill another hole up here. We'll put this in there somewhere, and then we can fix them together and strengthen them up. So might be a better example here. So we'll put the pole like so up there, and then we can fix it side by side. So yeah, not too bad. Once you get a bit of a knack for setting them up, it'll be much better. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll leave it set up for a couple days, and we'll get a bit of weight in here to pin it down. We'll have a look outside. See, you've got your peg points here. One loop there, one loop there, loop there, loop there, loop there, couple loops there. So we've just got it pinned to the fence for now, them. But once you have the awning set up and all that pegged down and it's all tight, it's not going anywhere. All right. So I'll just run through what we typically carry stored in the van and how we will set up. So instead of the long canvas wall, we cart one of these privacy screens. It's just from Aldi. It was about 30 bucks, and it's got a 6 and 8 mil sail track groove in it, and just some guy ropes to peg it down there, and we always come out on an angle like that. Then we will use one of these floor mats from Aldi. You know, it's not the best, but it does do a reasonable job. Then we would cut this end wall. We don't always set it up. It is good if it's windy. And when we don't set that up, we will use one of these spare shade cloth sort of ones. And then up this end, we always cart this end just because of the shape. And then poles. And we'll start to carry this crank bar now just because that's handy. And what I'm going to do is get a little pole that goes from there up to there and put a little bit of a round bar in it so we can hook it in there into that sail track. Then out here, the ground mat extends out further. We'll park the car at the end of it, and we just typically sit in there in the sun in the morning or afternoon, depending on which way we set up. So, and yeah, we won't carry the portable ensuite at all. We're not into that. We've got an ensuite in the van, shower, toilet in the van, and that's all we need. So we're back in the annex, and it's about 12-14 hours later, and we're just going to have a look how it held up during the storm with the water and the wind and everything. Having a look around, you can see a little bit of water got in up in this corner. Water running down, dripping off them. As before, we've seen water ran down there, down this pole where that comes through the hole there. It runs along the face of here. So we dropped it down this leg and just tried to create a bit of a, you can see it dripping down there. But unfortunately, a lot of water still got in. See the puddle there, like it's quite deep, almost comes up to the black thing there. I wouldn't say it's very waterproof, and I've been talking on a few forums and stuff, and we just need to find a way to get this water to run off. You can see there it's running down pretty hard out that end cap. I don't know what we can do about that. We'll just have to try and see. So we did set up the outdoor shower tent. It was a wrestle. Things broke. It's a two-person job. It's nearly impossible to do by yourself. Requires guy ropes and pegging. All the reasons that we got a hybrid for, we went against to set this up. So I don't think we would ever really be using it in a real life situation, but we'll still have a look at it. So here it is, guys. You got your shower tent there with your main door. It's a Zista zip door. Just your standard old school poles. 4 poles across the top to spread it. Velcro tabs everywhere. And you can see up there these spreader poles. We had to flatten them out and drill holes in them because the plastic tabs in them, there's one there, they just snap off so easily. There's another one there. Any pressure the wrong way, or if a leg gives way on you, they just snap off. Now, there isn't really anywhere to attach it or tie it down to the caravan itself. That's the shower outlet there. And we'll have a look around here. That's the spot to put the shower head through, which if you look at the height of the shower outlet there on the caravan, you got to come up and then down again, and you're probably going to run out of hose there, and you can't actually access the hot cold taps. So not the most practical thing. We'll have a look inside. So inside it's quite a good setup. You've got all these netting, cargo nets here. You got your windows all the way around. Let the steam out. However, there is no support for the roof. And as you can see, we've had a bit of rain there and it's just pulled. So we'll tip that off. It's quite big, but then you've got the added problem of water pooling in here, not going anywhere. So not really the most practical bit of gear that you could cart around with you. I think it's probably just going to be a waste of space putting that in, given the limited storage we have in here. So there you have it, awning and annex setup, shower tent setup. It's been set up during the rain and the wind, and you can see they're not very waterproof. So if you got any suggestions, tips, hacks or anything like that, put them in the comments. Okay, thanks for watching. Hooroo.